people be they holla say dem want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get light and power. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power. Over naira. Still them talk say make we off mind. But thank God say Maiyegun don't come.
Some information on the attack on Professor Wole Soyinka after his own stand and support publicly for the people of Yoruba land to stand up and defend themselves against the Fulani Herdsmen. And because the government of Nigeria is in bed with these people, we have proved that repeatedly how the government of Nigeria is aiding and abetting these criminals in Nigeria, and how they are using their government power as well to shield them from prosecution and arrest. Even if you arrest them, they will still end up being released. On the one hand, the government told us that these criminals are not Nigerians. They are from outside Nigeria. Until the government started changing the story again, saying that we have, in order to make peace, we need to cede land to these foreigners. But the story is changing today. The politicians, especially some of these guys who will always love, to milk and feed fat from the division which Nigeria represents, they have decided to turn this into Yoruba versus Hausa, Yoruba versus Igbo, Igbos versus Fulani, and all of that. But people are really missing it. And it is better we make it this very clear. Who are these people killing people? And who are these untouchable people that the government of Nigeria is so afraid of, that they would rather protect them than protect the citizens? So Professor Wole Soyinka came out after Sunday Igboho, came out to defend Yoruba land, take a stand, a position that many have now agreed with. But I remember, there was a time I told you that part of the plan that will be unfolding in 2021 will be, targeted attack on prominent Yorubas, royal fathers, obas, politicians, prominent personalities in Yoruba land. They will be attacked, kidnapped, killed. Some of them will escape the attack. All this is just to spread the fear and warn others from ever standing up to question the government of Nigeria. So it's all messed up now because the government is not willing to stop these criminals, and that is what makes it a mess. But there is this also action that happened today at the National Assembly that I want to share with you before I continue. This, one moment. Sorry about that. That's some network issue there. Okay. So I have a video I want to share with you, which was captured at the National Assembly today. They were discussing the criminalities of the Fulani terrorists. But I love the messages of some of the senators and the way they presented the messages, right? For people to know that asking criminals to leave the forest, right, is to keep the people who are Nigerians, to keep them safe in Nigeria. But I'll come to details of that. But I want to share this with you before we continue. It's a 1 and 2 clips, right? But watch this first.
I don't want to say anything until I heard certain things on this floor, and I felt that we needed to clear that. I'm an Igbo man, and our people say that when the traditional healer is making medicine for the eye, that he shouldn't find pepper nearby. Because any pepper that goes into the eye means that that medicine will not work. Mr. President, distinguished colleagues, I want to talk specifically on the matter of whether people were being sent away. No Nigerian is being sent away from anywhere. Criminals are being sent away from the forest where they are. And so, when we now come here and say, some people, after doing this thing and they're sending people away, you send the wrong message out. The message is simple. The police IG has told us these are criminal elements coming from outside Nigeria. And what we should ask ourselves is, if somebody is a criminal and he is in the forest, what is he doing inside there? And we want to paper over matters of this nature to please whatever. What we want to say is simple. We either want to solve this problem, and in order to solve the problem, the desideratum is that all criminal elements that are coming into this country from wherever they are must be flushed out. Simply sit up. I would like to start by saying that perhaps the title or the caption of this motion should have been, instead of general insecurity in Nigeria, should be the menace of Fulani herdsmen in Nigeria. I say so because not quite too long ago, the Sultan of Sokoto, His Eminence, was reported to have said that out of every 10 kidnappers arrested, 7 or 8 are Fulani. In fact, in my own local government, in the recent past, almost all the kidnappers, the highway robbers that have been arrested were all Fulanis. So, Mr. President, we must face this fact. Why is that so? It is because the Fulanis are being encouraged or are being allowed free rein in this country to do whatever they like. I will just tell you one short story. 3 weeks ago, I was informed that some Fulani people were having a conversation. One man is a cattle Fulani or a Fulani herdsman. The other 2 people are town Fulani or Fulani elites. The Fulani elites accuse the cattle Fulani of causing insecurity in the country, or especially in our local government, because they had abducted, they have kidnapped a district head, they have kidnapped a prominent community leader. And the cattle Fulanis replied them, he said, we have not read, we are not learned, we don't know anything. The only thing we know is our cows and grazing our cows in the bush. It is you, learned Fulani people, that buy guns and give us and send us on missions. So, Mr. President, we must face this fact that these people are being supported in high places. It must stop. Thank you very much.
Distinguished colleagues, let me in a group. Most of us know that people will say some of these people are not from Nigeria. Many people assert that we get people from outside the country. So I will advise that we stick to these criminal elements without calling Fulani, because Fulani is an ethnic group. They are not also spared. Many Fulanis are killed. So we need everybody on board in the fight to win against criminality. So I just want to guide us this way. Distinguished Senator Chimaroke Nnamani.
Thank you. At this time, Mr. President, like my colleagues have said, we have a national crisis on our hands. And it's a national crisis that has been devoid of leadership, both politically and morally. And we must say it the way it is. We must say it the way it is. Mr. President, let me give you a little statistics. Between 2017 and May 2020, there have been 654 attacks, 2,539 killed, 393 wounded, 253 kidnapped, 16 raped, 7,582 homes destroyed. That is an analysis that has been done by a research firm that is based in Brussels on what has happened in this country. And I listen to us here. For us to be saying that they're not Nigerians, it's an indictment on our leadership. That people are coming into this country, they are maiming our people, they are killing our people, they are raping our people, and we are saying they are not Nigerians. And yet these are the same security people that we are now going to promote to be ambassadors of this country, representing this country. It's an indictment, and it's not acceptable. I represent a border community that's bordering some neighboring towns, neighboring countries. I went there over the weekend. The whole place has been destroyed by all these herdsmen. People's earnings, people's lives has been destroyed. People are.
That is the senator from my own state. That is just the first part. I decided to share that with you because I was able to lay my hand on that clip from the Voice TV Nigeria, which captured the moment that for the first time in a long time, the senators were bold enough to say Fulani herdsmen, Fulani herdsmen, Fulani criminals. But they are still saying, well, you told us, the police IG told us that some of these people come from outside Nigeria. Why can't we go after them? If you agree that they are the people committing the crime and they are also killing Fulanis too, why are all the Fulanis in Nigeria who are claiming to be Nigerians, why are they against the eviction of the Fulani terrorists in the forest? And there's also this accusation of these Fulani terrorists getting their guns from the Fulani elite. There is no lie about that. And I'm going to break that down for you as well. And how this affects us as Yoruba people. That senator speaking there is APC member and is from Ogun State. It's from Yewa in Ogun State. If you have been following the development of this insecurity in Ogun State, it is so bad. I mean, it is so bad that this is the first time in a very long time that it is receiving this little coverage, this little attention. And the story is the same from Egua to Ibarapa, from Ibarapa to Ondo, from Ondo to Ekiti, from Ekiti to Ede, from Ede to Ijesha. Everywhere in Yoruba land, there are communities that are already desolated as I speak to you right now. People have run away from them, or they are living in fear, as if to say there is no government at all. In Ogun State, I can tell you this, and you can take it to the bank, okay? It is just a matter of time before you will know that what people were complaining about in Oyo State, in Ibarapa, Ogun, Ayete, and all those areas in Oyo State, Ogun State is worse because Ogun State border, the communities in the borderline who share border with other countries. In Ogun State borderline, near the what do you call it? The Iroko border and the rest. Yeah, go to those communities as Fulani terrorists are killing, and they're treating them like they are actually not human beings. And there's nobody. When they complained and they tried to fight back, that was the story of them being beaten up by Nigerian soldiers who went to the community to ask them, how dare you reject Fulani herdsmen on your farms? And they beat them up. When that news broke out, they went back again to threaten them and ask them to recant, to say no, they were not beaten up. Or if they refuse to do that, whenever the Fulani terrorists come killing them, the soldiers will never defend them or protect them. That is a senator from that part. This is the second part of that video. Before everything scatters, there's something I really want you to see. Some of you don't like their faces, but I want you to be picking some point from what they are saying, okay? And that is the truth that so many of them have been so afraid to say. This time around, be it APC or PDP from Yoruba land, we will make them speak and defend Yoruba land. And we will identify those that will continue to sell us off and keep quiet and become saboteurs towards the security in Yoruba land. Everyone is suffering it. It has gotten to a stage whereby they can no longer politicize it, except for those who are dreaming of 2023. but watch the continuation of this. Then we can go fully into why they attacked Professor Wole Soyinka. They are going to attack more people, okay? Some of them will not be lucky. And the only reason why they want to do that is to spread fear. It has always been in the pipeline before Sunday Igboho came on board to say, enough, no, reject them, push them back. It has always been in the pipeline. Go and watch some of my videos in 2020, the last quarter of 2020. Go and watch some of my videos on security and the invasion of Yoruba land. The discovery of over 1,742 illegal Fulani camps. And on the last count, God knows how many they are now. But with the intervention of Sunday Igboho and so many other Yoruba warriors, hunters from across Yoruba land, with their intervention and the publicity this is getting, it is helping to push back. But it is not stopping them from the plan, right? But pick some of the points from what these guys are going to say. Watch those who are Fulani senators and what they are saying to defend their fellow Fulanis. They are making people feel like it's okay. We know there are others. We too, we are suffering it. But they are the elite. That senator spoke about that. Elite are buying guns for them. Some of the Fulanis, whenever they were arrested anywhere in Nigeria, some of them are carrying guns that are federal government guns with federal government insignia on them. So when you arrest them, you have to automatically release them. It is just like that. And when you call the commissioner of police, hey, is it true that you arrested some Fulani herdsmen? They will tell you, we cannot talk about it. That is the deal. But watch other reactions on this conversation. The reason again is because for the first time, we have some of the senators who can actually pronounce Fulani on the floor of the House. And it seems that is not going down well with the Senate president, the rubber stamp, Mumulawad. All right? Watch this part, and I will be back.
Because somebody else's business, they say they are trying to feed their cows. It is upsetting. And we must rise up to this occasion. This country is at the precipice of a civil war or even falling apart, of a failed state. So, Mr. President, I rise that the president needs to speak and calm the nation and talk to the nation. Mr. President, here we are looking at what has just recently happened in America now. In 1 month, the president has passed over 30 executive orders. The president can pass an executive order banning open grazing, banning the criminality of carrying ammunition, guns and AK-47 where you are going. Enumerate all these herdsmen. There are actions that he can take immediately, but nothing is being done. I so rest my case.
Senator Cole.
No tribe should be mentioned. That is very correct and true. I will also agree with the minority leader when he says the issue is national. That is also true. Now, what I'm going to say is that the herders that trespass this country, not all of them are Nigerians. That is absolutely true. My constituency is not on the border, but near the border, just neighboring Yobe State. And every year, herders, either driving camels or cows or goats and sheep, come across immediately after harvest. And they sack the farmers, they take away their harvest, and if they resist, they kill them. This has been going on for more than 20 years. And I have been raising that issue in my local community, in the Emirate Council. And we have written to the immigration to stop them from coming in, and the customs, but nothing had happened. Now they are spread all over Nigeria. And I can tell you, sir, that I have seen a video where so-called Fulanis, I'm sorry to mention that, herders, were occupying a place somewhere, I think either in Oyo or Ogun or somewhere. And the video was
indicating where these people grouped in one place, and the language they speak was French, because I understand French a little bit. So what we are supposed to do in this chamber is to find solutions, not to narrate stories of sorrows. So please, let us address ourselves to the solution. The people are already here, and they are spread all over Nigeria. So let's find a solution, either how to get rid of them or how to arrest all of them, because they are criminals. They have no tribe. Crime has no tribe. There are only two tribes in the whole world: good people and bad people. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you very much. Before
it has a religious dimension, and that is Boko Haram. That is threatening the northeast, northwest, and the north central now. We have to rise to the occasion to get it done. The other issue to get at it is the governors that are negotiating with criminals and bandits. We have to look at it seriously and advise against that. They negotiate them, arms them to continue doing more because people will listen to them. The other issue is the other dimension. If there's a farmer header crisis, and the solution to it is ranching. People have said that moving cattle up and down is a way of life. There was a time when we used to be naked. We don't wear clothes. That was our way of life before. Now we have to modernize. So the only way to get this done properly now is to modernize and make sure that the ranching, the free movement of cattle here and there should not continue. That's the solution to it. The other issue why if you check the land space between the south and the north, we have more land space in the north than in the south. But the trouble of cattle headers are in the south. The essence is the market. They're looking for market. Because in the north, the cattle is not, cow meat is not consumed. But we consume it more in the south. So if we are going to get these things done properly, that the people who are looking for market should come to a place where they want to get it. Let us see how we can find common ground to make sure that things work well for us here. The other issue is the ECOWAS protocol that have allowed people to move freely into this country. I have said it on patent time that we have to look at the ECOWAS protocol to ensure how we can know people who are coming to the country or not. And even the visa on arrival that has been given is something that is not helping matters. You know, you see, criminals come into our country here, and because we say visa on arrival, they come over and cross over, and then people give them this by medicine. It is not working. It is one of the recipe for the trouble we have in this place. The other issue is the total invitation.
The should round up.
I'm saying, Mr. President, that we have to be up and doing on this issue. We have to be open-minded. That's the only way we can do it. If not, we have crisis on our hands. And if this crisis comes, nobody is going to will be excluded from it. Thank you so much.
Senator Nicholas Tofowomo.
Thank you, Mr. President. My name is Nicholas Tofowomo. I'm representing Ondo South. We've been talking about security in this chamber.
Thank you very much. Did you hear the guy that said those videos that were uploaded on social media of armed Fulani terrorists, they were speaking French? Did you hear that? That is part of the trick to divert everybody's attention. And I've also heard that some people say, in fact, the latest update is that the Ogun State Police denied any attack on Professor Wole Soyinka. Here is the statement from the team asking the Buhari to caution the Fulani herdsmen, caution them, whatever arrangements you have with them, whatever excuses you are giving to them, caution them, because attacking Wole Soyinka or attacking any other prominent Yoruba person will have its own, will have their consequences. And it's true, according to them. Here is the statement. Hours after Nobel laureate Professor Wole Soyinka warned this country that the activities of Fulani herdsmen could lead to a civil war and urged President Buhari to denounce them, clearly to show he is President of Federal Republic of Nigeria. The herdsmen stormed the elder statesman's residence in Abeokuta around 1 p.m. on Tuesday, yesterday rather, and caused serious scare among the professor. Before the professor called in the police. It is a painful development that others will not even give a scant regard to a man of Soyinka's stature in their madness let loose on Nigeria with no authority to call them to order. If there are people still living in denial about the intention of these criminals and those shielding them, there is no further evidence than this. We do not know what they have that they are playing this roulette, but we are sure when a blind man says we have to settle this stoning ourselves, it is either he's stepping on or clutching on one. We also want to warn them of the implications of hurting a man like Soyinka with a fragile unity of the country. Let President Buhari know that these criminals are working hard to make him the last president of one Nigeria. So also another group, Women Arise group, Women Arise and Center for Change, led by Oke Odumakin, Joe Oke Odumakin. They also described the attack as confirmation that Nigeria is on the edge of precipice. So according to them, after a confirmation from Nobel laureate, Professor Wole Soyinka, there are some others some others struck at his Abeokuta home on Tuesday at 1 p.m., leading to a siege on the world literary figure. We can now safely say that Nigeria is at the edge of the precipice. Soyinka had warned the country last weekend of how close Nigeria is to civil war if President Buhari did not act fast. Instead of the president acting, his media aide said he will become a talkative if he continued to speak on Miyetti Allah. Nigeria is dying before our very eyes, and its death, its death pang is what the attack on Soyinka symbolized. We hope security agencies will still have the guts to accost the assailants and bring them to justice, although the prognosis does not look good at all. And there is a video evidence of the attack. The police came out to say, not really, there was no attack. What happened is this: there were people around that responded to that attack. You know what I'm talking about? So they responded. Hunters, local hunters, the communities. Before the police even arrived, the community, they have already arrested these criminals, arrested their cows, and they are currently in possession of them. But again, to help douse the tension in the media, right? They are saying, no. It's not like that. It's just that these boys, they were. Listen to this.
So you can see
anyway, sorry that I didn't pin that into the broadcast, but the point there is this: everyone in the community know what happened. They all know what happened, and they are all aware. But because the effort is to make sure that no, don't say Fulani, continue to confuse the people. Do you get that now? Confuse them, makes it up for them, make them doubt what they have, what they see. Do you get that now? Make them feel like maybe it's not like that. And with that, we can continue to live in denial. It's like living in denial. But let me tell you something, okay? Whatever the plot is, and with the information we have managed to come across. I mean, so far so good. Some of us have been able to have access to some direct, reliable information that have come back to prove right over time. This time last year, whenever I was talking about a Fulani terrorist coming to Yoruba land, some of you were not as convinced as you are now back then, because you were waiting to see it. You wanted to see it happen, not someone saying it is going to get to that and it is going to be gradual. And when it gets to that stage, before your 2023, the fear around Yoruba land will be about to just stay alive. Do you get that now? Let's just stay alive. It will be so bad that people will become so helpless, right? Including politicians. Oh, nobody is safe, or nobody is going to be safe. Like, okay, we have police, we have this. The elite, all of them, nobody is safe. Nobody will be safe. Bad things will happen. Bad things. I have been saying this for the past 2-3 years. But last year, I remember reminding you, the message is simple. They need to spread fear. You need to begin to know that you are not safe until they tell you you are safe. So you need to begin to develop and adapt. That's what they are making you do. That is what they have done to them in northern Nigeria. We watch all of that happen. When this whole thing started, it was the poor. Then it escalated to make it real for people, even for the poor, to believe that the threat is real. They have to kill their own elite as well. We saw it. They kidnapped their elite. They kidnapped different categories of people to send messages that you are not safe until we tell you that you are safe. Condition that is psychological. It will first start like psychologically. You have to adapt to it. That is what is happening in the northern Nigeria. When they receive the news that somebody has been kidnapped, they have come to a sort of a livelihood where communities will raise the money to free them instead of going to government or waiting for government to help them. Now, you see all these communities in northern Nigeria who have suffered all these criminalities. They have been forced to keep quiet without saying, these are the people killing us. These are the people coming from outside Nigeria as Fulanis, and they are the one killing us. They are not allowed to do that. They are not allowed to come out and say, Fulani men killed us. So when you come out to say that, the elite, the Fulani elite, they will come for you. Instead of them to go after the criminals, who are, according to them, who are also killing Fulanis. Instead of going after them, they are more interested in God knows whatever agenda it is. That is where they become culpable. We have seen Fulani terrorists who have confessed. We have Fulani terrorists who have been arrested and they have been freed, never appeared in court. And how? Because there is always a powerful Fulani elite. So what they did to their people in northern Nigeria, Christians, Muslims, Fulanis, Hausas, Beroms, Tifis, and so many other people, because they are not just Hausa Fulani that make up the north. Do you understand? What they have done is that their elite, when those ones that they harmed, when they harmed them for politics, for this, they needed to spread fear. And spreading fear means you have to kill people for no just reason. If you ask me now, what is the reason why Boko Haram killing people? They say book is Haram. But whenever Boko Haram want to spread their propaganda, they have to come to social media. They have to upload their videos there for people to see. There are people who are going to see the video. They are going to write in English, write in French, write in different languages because they were able to read and write. The same Western education that is Haram. Book is Haram. Book is a saying, is what Boko Haram started, right? Now, today, look at what you have again. You have Fulani herdsmen. You have Fulani bandits. You have Fulani kidnappers. As they are kidnapping poor people, they are kidnapping rich people. As they are killing poor people, they are killing rich people. Most of them who are appearing in your videos, in your interviews and all of that, speaking on behalf of the North, some of them can no longer go to their villages. Now they are wishing the same thing on us in southern Nigeria.
People be they holla say they want the power. Them be promise us say we go get light and power. Them hustle so they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Every day dollar just they get the higher power over naira. Still them talk say make we off mind, but thank God say